Welcome to another edition of the RDFNL Web TV show and here on Umpires training session. As we love getting down here, and of course we're looking eagerly to women's round within the Umpires Association on Saturday, August 9th, of course over at Mountain Central. We've got Michael again, the senior coach, and of course we've got Tian Hickey who's with us as well. And thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. Now, Tian, obviously a very, very big week coming up. We're seeing an all-star panel. But before we go down that path, tell us a little bit about what it's like being a girl umpiring in the RDFNL.
Yeah, it's my fourth year. I love it. I'm doing a role this year, which is a female liaison officer. So I look after the girls here as much as I can. So I want to look after them all. No, I love it. I love getting down to the footy over on a weekend, and yeah.
It's in the family a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Dad's been a field umpire and played footy, so it's always been around the family, and yeah, but I'd get out there and show him up, and yeah.
What's it like sort of been whipping the girls up, psyching them up for the game day?
Yeah, well, I went up to Cam and said they were all really eager, and we talked to do a female game, all panels game, and so yeah, we pushed to get it, and we've got it. So we're all pretty excited. Yeah.
Sensational. And Mike, what is it like? What does it mean for the Umpires Association to actually have this all-girls panel at Melton Centrals in that period?
Yeah, well, it's something that lots of leagues are trying to get on board now, and it shows the growth in female umpiring, and it's so important. I mean, if we took all the females out of our association, there'd be lots of games not covered each weekend. So they're a vital part of our group. So we're going to have a game where every boundary umpire will be female. We'll have one field umpire female and one goal umpire. So that's where our numbers are at with our umpires. Obviously a long-term goal, which some of the bigger metro leagues have been able to pull off, is a total day of female umpires. And so this is a stepping stone for us, and we're pretty excited and very supportive of it.
You guys had the idea sort of come about. What sort of spurred it on at this time of the year as well?
Well, yeah, we had one of our meetings a couple of weeks ago, and it's always been thrown around. We want to run more with girls. We want to do games together. And I went up to Cam, and I asked the girls, "Did you want me to try and push for us to have girls in every game and do it all together?" And yeah, I went up to Cam and we talked about it, and he's got us doing it. And yeah, so that's really.
That's good. It's good to see.
There we go. Just ask for it.
And look, it's all about a lot of our female umpires, probably half the group are first year, so it's about where they are in their development, and we feel that with some of the experience, like Tian, we can cover that senior game with the experience, enough female experience, and then reserves and 18s will be covered by those new umpires, which would have been covered by first year male umpires anyway. So for us, it's a great opportunity for them to have a great day out as a group. Very supportive of each other, which is really important in a male-dominated sport. So we think it's just going to be a fantastic day.
We talk about umpire retention at the end of every season. Is there a bit more of a focus trying to retain girls? Obviously, they're having a crack at it for the first time. Some of them may not be too sure whether they want to go on again. You have to sort of change the mindset to retain girls, because it really is a male-dominated sport.
Yeah, and look, Tian can talk more about her role, but as female liaison officer, that's the first year we've had the role, and already we can see what it's doing because our numbers have increased. So that was step one, and there'll be certainly some work that Tian will need to do over the summer to make sure they stay on board.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you sort of saying to the girls now?
Yeah, well, it's still, most of my first years, so they've came down, and I can't really take much credit for getting the girls, but I
take someone to steer the action.
I try and look after them and always chat with the girls. We've had a few events, girl-only events this year already. We've had dinner nights, and we're having a bowling night this week actually. So I'm trying to organise and trying to build that little girl community that we have, and hopefully take over. But yeah.
Hoping to attract a few more experienced girls to join the ranks, because I know we've got a lot of young girls in there having a crack.
Yeah, well, hopefully those girls will develop. The second year is always the biggest year, I reckon, for anyone. I think if we can they should all come back. But that's the big thing. I think most of these girls will start to grow, and we've already seen 2 debutantes into seniors in the last couple of weeks, like one this weekend. So yeah,
that's fantastic.
The growth with the girls, and hopefully we can get some more so we can keep yeah.
We're seeing Callie's a bit of a role model at the moment. Talk us through her development this year and your efforts with coaching her.
Yeah, well, Callie Hume came to us. She's on the Female Academy at the AFL. So her role is that down there, she umpires Premier Division women's footy on a Sunday. She moved into the area. I ran into her at an awards ceremony last year where she was there and said, why don't you come down? And so her biggest challenge is umpiring male footy. Very different to female footy. And over this year, and she's even umpired senior footy here with us, she is growing as an umpire. And no question that to have her a Saturday field umpire is great. Because we're junior female umpires. So the next step will be with some of these boundaries is to turn them into field umpires as well. So we can get a nice, broad spectrum. And hopefully we can get some more female goal umpires. Of course, 2 in the AFL should be some inspiration for girls out there to get on board.
We've got a number out there at the moment demonstrating their stuff on the big stage. And have they come down to the RDFNL Umpires Association before? Is it Chelsea?
Yeah, so we haven't had either of them down yet, but certainly that's something that's in the pipeline. So we're hoping to get them down.
Last one, Tiana. This is you still have the girls out there looking to maybe umpire next year. What's the best part about it?
It's just, it's one of those things where once you start it, you're kind of hooked. You come down, train, and you learn to love all the people here. It's such a small little association, and running on a weekend, it's the best way to get your fitness and enjoy the game. We love football, and the girls, we are a pretty tight bunch of girls. Most of the girls I catch up with out of umpiring on a weekend and through the summer when we're off field. So it's just one of the social thing for sure. I love social things involved with that. I love it. So it's one of those things where you just have to come have a try, even if you're scared, or it's worth it. Absolutely.
There's a bar being set now. We're going to see something like this hopefully happen a bit more in the future after this big day.
I think so. I think we can make it a regular fixture, and maybe we can in the future line it up with the Pink Weekend. And that's certainly what other leagues have done. So this year, we've seen the biggest growth in girls in our association's history. We've seen them more connected and involved than ever before. So you wouldn't call it a trial. It's a stepping stone, and we'll just get bigger and bigger. But we were the lowest percentage in Melbourne for girls at our association. We're sitting at 1% for some time, and I think our data now shows we're closer to 10. And our goal would be somewhere around that 20% mark is sort of the benchmark amongst other associations. One day 50-50 would be fantastic. It's a growing competition. More junior leagues, we've got other suburbs growing in this area. We need as many umpires as we can, and females are half the population, so why wouldn't we tap into that?
Well, we know some around footy clubs at the moment, they're looking to increase their membership with female presidents around the but this is effectively the 14th senior team in the competition. We want to see those numbers grow. Thanks very much for joining us, guys, and best of luck for August 9. It's going to be fantastic, and hopefully an historic day, a landmark day in the RDFNL in the future. Thanks, Chris.